Erling Haaland has managed in just a few months to become the new superstar of the Premier League. Something which might have been predicted after studying the meteoric career of the Norwegian striker. However, the son of the player injured and effectively retired by Roy Keane is the kind of monster capable of eating all the records of English competition. In just 7 matches, he managed to surpass a record set by British legend Mickey Quinn, a striker who had managed to score in the first 6 matches he played in Coventry City's Premier League shirt. Haaland has managed to surpass him by scoring in no more and no less than his first 7 games wearing the Citizens shirt. And not only that, but he has hit the back of the net 11 times. So please give a good like to the video if you genuinely think that this Daemon Targaryen of football is the best striker on the planet. In addition, he has managed to be the first player to wear the Manchester City shirt and at the same time be a goal scorer in his first 4 games in rival stadiums. A record surpassing legends like Robinho or Mario Balotelli. So impressive, our albino friend. Now, none other than Super Mario Balotelli is our next record holder in the list. Although this time for totally different reasons. Why always me? He continually asked himself on the soccer shirts he wore. But apparently the Italian star still doesn't know why all the tabloids are talking about his eccentricities off the pitch. Balotelli was on fire last season with the ever-prestigious Turkish Super League side Adana Demirspor, where he scored a staggering 19 goals at the age of 32. With such acclaim, the Swiss team of Sion did not miss the magnificent opportunity to sign him and keep him in their ranks. But sadly, the move is not going well for the always neutral Alpine team. Balotelli has been in the news again for showing up in a drunken state to a training session, and he came in such a pitiful state that he had to rely on 2 of his party buddies to get to Zion's green grass for the session. Balotelli is undoubtedly the player who has appeared in the press on more occasions in this lamentable state than any other, surpassing even the legendary Paul Gascoigne. And, as it were, sending a message to his followers. I will not stop until I end up in the same state as Diego Maradona. Sadly, we believe you, Mario. A kinder and funnier record is that of veteran Real Betis Balompié coach Manuel Pellegrini, the famous and sensual Chilean manager who, at 68 years of age, is known for his triumphs at prestigious clubs such as Manchester City and Real Madrid. Now he seems to be living a second youth, and has led the team from southern Spain to win its first trophy in 17 years, the Spanish Cup. And that after an agonising final against Valencia. He has also guided them to participate in the UEFA Europa League on 2 consecutive occasions, something that had never previously happened in the ranks of the Benito Villamarin. Pellegrini has achieved this by beating a Real Betis Balompié historical record, being the first coach in 115 years of club history to achieve a winning percentage of over 56%, a record that very few clubs in the world have achieved. And that applies to over 100 games in which he has coached the team of the legendary Joaquin and Panda Borja Iglesias. But the most incredible thing is that they say this success is due to a unique piece of clothing. A legendary tracksuit that makes Fidel Castro's mythical Adidas look like a real piece of junk. Why, it seems as if this vintage collector's item gives Pellegrini powers that not even Harry Potter himself has. Always leading his boys to victory. Viva el Betty Mancapieda! Another incredible record is that of Belgian striker Romelu Lukaku, a real powerhouse who has been scoring goals for teams like Anderlecht, West Bromwich Albion, Chelsea, Everton, Manchester United and Inter Milan, and all since he was 16 years old. but somehow leaving a great feeling of emptiness among the fans. But leaving a lot of fresh money in the presidential wallets of the managers of those teams. And believe it or not, in those 6 transfers, Lukaku became the player who has moved more money in transfers in the history of soccer, with an absolutely impressive figure of more than €325 million, plus the commissions of the various representatives. It is clear that in Belgium, they know very well how to sell produce far beyond their fantastic beers. And on that subject, why not subscribe to the channel if you would like to be trying one of them right now? But obviously, if we talk about records in soccer, one of the men who has managed to beat most of them is undoubtedly the Rosarino Leo Messi, a true legend of the pitch that has enamoured millions of soccer fans in Barcelona and now does so in Paris, where, despite his relatively low scoring figures, he continues to break records which are beyond the grasp of all but a very few stars of world soccer. For example, Leo is the player who has scored the most hat-tricks in the history of the French league in a single season, as well as being the player who has provided the most assists in a single year in the French competition, with up to 18 assists to his teammates. This generosity can also be seen in the fact that he is now, at his advanced age, the player who has given the most assists in Europe in 2022. A unique record for someone whose haters said he was finished. Far from it, friends. There is still Messi for a while, and you know it. Now, another legendary footballer was undoubtedly Ronaldo the Good. Ronaldo Nazario, or as his fans know him, Ronaldo the Fat. After being a star of FC Barcelona, Real Madrid, Inter Milan and AC Milan, the Brazilian winner of 2 FIFA World Cups is also triumphing as a manager and president of 2 soccer teams on opposite sides of the planet. On the one hand, in Spain, he managed the promotion of Real Valladolid to the first division of La Liga, with players like the Jewish Sean Weissman or Christina Porter's boyfriend, Luis Perez, a feat that he celebrated as only he knows how, eating a chocolate bar for each goal scored by his star players. But months later, he has also achieved the never-seen-before feat of being promoted twice in the same season, this time in the Brazilian League, where, as president, he also managed to promote the mythical Cruzeiro, the team in which Ronnie made his debut in professional soccer in the early 90s. A milestone that possibly will never be seen again, and something which proves that this Ronaldo is the good guy, without any doubt. Now, finally, we could not leave without talking about the legendary Kylian Mbappe, the footballer and at the same time manager of the French PSG, who continues to defy the odds with his impressive goals and money earned in his business. We could be talking about dozens, if not hundreds of records for this new soccer legend, but this time we are talking about the impressive size of his hands, yes. This is the striker with the largest hands in history, since, according to unofficial data, Kylian has hands that exceed 13 inches, surpassing Messi's record, which was so far 12 inches. If it was the record you wanted to know most of all, remember, you are not stupid, just curious. Now, leave your like and subscription, and we'll see you in the next show.